Hello, I'm Tim Baden. I'm the site superintendent here at Thomas Ewing High School, or junior high. We have just started this project a couple months ago, and we're, as you can see, into the project pretty well. This is the entrance area into our project. When you'll be coming in during school time, you'll be coming in this entranceway and going down to the right to the drop-off areas and into the school areas. As you look down, you'll see a lot of heavy equipment working. On the left-hand side over here, you'll see a crane that is setting our steel right now for our A area. And we've broken down this areas, and we've broken them down into A, B, C, D, and E areas as we build. That helps us coordinate the areas, helps us work the areas, and also helps the people that are working on the areas know what area they're working in. The crane lifts the steel over in, and that helps support the building. What they're putting up on the outside is the CMU block. The CMU is the concrete masonry units, and they are used to support the outside of the walls. On the outside of that will go the brick structure that you see on all the buildings and everything. So when you're looking at a structure like this, you're looking at the inside of the wall, and then the brick supports the outside. As you can see here, we've moved down into the area, what we call C area. It is being prepped for concrete right now, and as we prep it, we put down a layer of what we call 304 stone, and the 304 stone gives it a good solid layer for the concrete to set on. On top of that, we put what we call 57 stone. 57 stone is more coarse, and it actually provides a blanket for our plastic to sit on. Once the plastic is on there, it's called a vapor barrier. The vapor barrier is put down, and there's little stairs or chairs that go on. The chairs hold the wire up. The wire is put down on top of that vapor barrier, and then the concrete is laid on top of that. We have now moved into Area B. Area B is an office space area. The area that we came out of was C, which was classroom. As you can see, the slab is poured here, and it's finished, and it's ready for the CMU block to be built inside, is what they're doing on the side there. They're building the CMU block up so it starts to build the offices and the classrooms and stuff. The white tubes that you see coming out of the floor area is part of the plumbing. There will be walls built right on top of that plumbing. The same way with the electrical. The big electrical that you see on the other side over there by the wall will come up into a room. Once it comes up into that room, it'll be fastened to electrical equipment, and that'll feed all the stuff that's in your schools, such as fire alarms, lighting fixtures, scoreboards, anything that you could imagine is in the school will be fed from these rooms. We have come into the gymnasium now. The gymnasium is up to bearing, what they call bearing, and I talked about earlier, all the way up to the top. It's built. The only thing we have to do in here is prep the floor and put the slab in for the floor, and then eventually you'll get a nice hardwood floor in here, and it'll be a real nice gymnasium. The poles that you see are supporting the walls. They come down to what is called a dead man. That dead man is actually holding that wall up in case there's a storm or high winds or anything. This protects not only the workers, but it also protects the walls. The openings that you see will be doorways. The doorways will be fastened into the block themselves, will be fastened onto the block themselves, and you'll be able to enter in through. If you look through there, that is going into the locker room area and all that area in there, the showers and so forth. That's being worked on right now. You'll see in the walls, you'll see a lot of the electrical parts that are being put in, those are put in with the walls. Those don't get put in later. They get put in while the walls are being constructed. So it's very important that they hit them in the right spots. We are now in the area A, where the elevator shaft is, and the elevator shaft is being constructed. So you actually have an elevator in your school that will go up to the second floor. There's only two stories in this A section, and that's the bottom classroom area and the top classroom area. To get anybody that has materials or anything they can't carry, or people that can't make it to the second floor without an elevator, they'll use this area right here to enter into. As you look down through, you'll see down into the library and stuff area how it opens up and everything. It's a good shot down through there. The bracing that you see is holding, again, the columns and the walls. That is only during construction. Those will disappear and be going after construction, and you'll be able to look straight down that hallway then. The walls in here will be painted. They will remain block, so it's very important that the block layers lay a nice, clean, even wall up. What they're doing right now is roughing them in. They'll put them in, and then they'll actually rub the walls and clean the walls up, and they'll look real nice. You'll go into some of the library rooms and the media areas and so forth. And the art room is back there. These areas are open right now, but they'll be framed in with framing materials that are not like this CMU block. They're drywall and steel studding, and those will go in to isolate these rooms further. You'll see here, this is some of what they call the mud. This is the mortar that they use to put the CMU block or the block together. As they mix this up out on the outside of the site here and bring it in, and the masons can actually use it, put it on a trowel and trowel it onto their block. I believe a mason is doing that now. Here we can get a shot of him and watch him for a second here laying a few CMU blocks. You'll notice he has this string line here. This string line keeps a good even line on his block, keeps it straight, keeps it at the right height, and he can work it down through as he works the block. He's putting the mortar on. Notice he puts it on every side of the block so it adheres together real good. You'd never have a break in the block that way. And then he'll clean it as he goes. As he puts it on, you see he's patting it down. He pats it down, and then he cleans the block and makes sure it's good and straight with his string line. Then also, when he's done, he'll take this rough edge here, and he's got a little tool that he takes on the rough edge, and it cleans that rough edge and makes it look like this down here, a nice clean edge. This is actually going to be a stairwell. I know it looks kind of funny right now. It's an open space. It doesn't look like much here, but there'll be a deck that goes up on top up here, and it's a pre-stressed deck. It'll be pre-stressed concrete, and then the stairwell will walk down to a landing there, and then come down to into here. So you'll walk up, and then you'll walk up each side. As you can see here, this is the football field, or is going to be the football field, and you can actually see the track being built around it. We've put this to seed right now. This will happen next year. All this grading and stuff, final grading on it, and the final building of the football field will happen next year. The reason we didn't put it together this year is because of the wet conditions. Also, down in that area that you can see is going to be the baseball fields, and the whole baseball fields will be made, like I said, next year. This is a fire road that comes around, and there'll actually be a building down here for all of the folks to when they're playing baseball or whatever to come to. You can also see right down here what we call a well point. A construction job can never get built without water. That is our water source right now. That was put in by Truco Construction. We have a lot of construction companies that are in this area that actually work on this project. We try not to go too far out. We try to bid locally where we can work the people from this area. The well point was put in to provide water for the whole building process. I would like to invite anybody out to come see the site. I think the site is going very well. We're on schedule. The building is being built fairly quickly. Please come out and visit us. We'll be in the trailer. Come straight to the trailer and get a hold of me or someone there in the trailer, and we'll be glad to show you around. This is a hard hat and safety vest site, so you must have them with you when you come. So if you want to walk around the exterior, we cannot let you inside the building at this time because of the construction, because of the insurance laws, but you can come to the outside and we'll show you the outside of the perimeter. No problem. Thank you for your time.